Hi, welcome to a chef called Rhonda. I'm Rhonda and this is my kitchen. And today I'm going to show you how to make an Easter classic dessert. Grano Cotto Pasteria, or more commonly known as rice pie. Grab your trusty wooden spoon. We'll all meet back in the kitchen while I show you step by step by step on how to make the Italian rice pie. Okay, the first step to making rice pie, to cook the grains. Today I'm using 2 cups of farro, a 1/4 cup of white rice, 1 cup of whole milk, a heaping spoonful of sugar, the zest of 1 orange, a good drop of vanilla extract, and about a tablespoon of good quality butter. Over medium-high heat, I'm using a large stock pot to which I will add 1 cup of whole milk, followed by our vanilla extract, followed by our sugar, which is white granulated, and atop this I will add our grains. It's important to do it in this way. Next, I will add our chopped orange zest, and I will turn and incorporate using a spoon. Next, I'll add a dollop of the butter and the peel of 1 entire orange. I will cover the stock pot and allow it to render down to a porridge-like consistency, about 10 to 12 minutes until it looks like this. I will then transfer it to a Pyrex bowl and allow it to cool completely, while the next step is to make our pastry crust. And here we are. Okay, today I'm using 2 1/4 cups of 00 flour, a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, and 3 egg yolks, and about 5 ounces of good quality butter. To a large trifle bowl, I'll add my flour, my sugar. Using a fork, I will incorporate both. It'll take about a minute. It's well worth the extra time and effort. Next, I will cut our butter like so in little cubes. And to make this pastry crust, we make it by hand using 2 forks until a sand-like consistency appears in the bowl. Next, I'll add our 3 egg yolks. It's important to note that it's the yolk only, and this crust is just such a delicate crust. I will mix the crust in the dough until it forms a ball, like so, and pictured here. I will then wrap the dough in plastic and chill for a minimum of 30 minutes. My favorite pot, the cream filling. I'm using 15 ounces of whole ricotta cheese, 7 ounces of white granulated sugar, 3 eggs, a teaspoon each of nutmeg and cinnamon, a tablespoon of vanilla, the zest of half an orange, and of course our grain mixture. Okay, so I'm going to initially cream the ricotta and the sugar until it's light and fluffy, about 45 seconds. Each egg here, important to note, is added individually and worked into the ricotta and the sugar individually until totally incorporated. And there we are. Our 3 eggs have been incorporated. Now, it is time to grab a slotted spoon and add half the grain mixture to the ricotta, followed by our vanilla, followed by our spices in this order. Then I will add the remains of the grains, followed by the zest of the orange. I will then vigorously incorporate all of our mixture together. I will cover, and it's best to chill overnight so the flavors render perfectly. Our filling is chilling. It is time to roll out our pastry dough, which has also been in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can see here I'm using a springform pan, which I parchment paper lined. I'm going to take my dough and I'm going to knead it, and then I'll roll it into a nice disc. Now, this is nothing fancy. Do not be intimidated by the dough, because you want this pie to be rustico or rustic. Okay, using my hands, I'm going to make the pastry crust very rustic, and I'm going to have about 1 inch and 1.5 inches on the side there, maybe 2 inches. And it's important to note we don't want to overfill past our pastry line on the side. Okay, so now it's time to grab the filling and add it a little at a time. And yes, of course, this will make 2 rice pies. So you'll have leftover filling here, and you notice I use the back of the spoon here to edge it ever so nicely. And there we are. Can you see that? I did not go over the edge of the pastry crust. It's okay. This is a rustic Italian pasteria. I'm going to pop it in our oven. I'm going to bake it for about 48 minutes. Duly noted, it will come out perfectly. You can see here, I invite you into our oven so that you can see just how delicate that crust browns. I've taken it out of the oven and I'm going to let it completely cool in our springform pan for about an hour before removing it. We removed it from the springform cake pan. Can you see that? And it has that nice little edge. It's golden brown. We are finito, or finisce, the moment of truth, and we're going to cut into our rice pie and we're going to take a taste. And let's, whew, look at that. Let me bring it up close so you can see that. Can you see that? And the crust is golden brown. Can you see it? Oh, it smells heavenly. You can see the nice grain with the nice little bits of the orange zest peeping through. Can you see that? It's the moment of truth. Let's see. It holds nicely together. Very tasty. You have the creaminess from the farro, or the grain, and the sweetness, just a hint from the vanilla, while the orange essence finishes at the back of the throat. Oh, that's a wonderful, and the crust is so rich. That homemade crust using that 00 flour, that really is the key. So, just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's not overly sweet. It's high in fiber, very nutritious, and very, very tasty. Well, I wanted to say many, many thanks for staying with me today to learn step by step on how to make the classic Italian rice pie, traditionally served holiday time, most specifically Easter time. Thank you for subscribing to A Chef Called Rhonda. It's always healthy, always delicious, and always fun. If you haven't subscribed to A Chef Called Rhonda, please would you consider subscribing to A Chef Called Rhonda? From my kitchen to yours, I bid you arrivederci, cindan, buona Pasqua, happy Easter, and happy rice pie. Until we meet again, salute, arrivederci, bye! Bye.